Greetings, church family. I wanted to connect with you as close as an in-person meeting as possible. And the reason for that is because there are three really important events coming up this weekend that I wanted to tell you about. The first is our typical weekend, which is our Sunday morning prayer. It's the first Sunday of every month. We meet at 9:30, we pray. And we know prayer is important as a church and as believers, but the reason why this time is so special for us is because it really does emulate one of the chief characteristics of the New Testament church that we find in the book of Acts, that they prayed together. So would you join us this Sunday, 9:30, for our time of prayer and help us reflect authenticity as a New Testament church according to the scriptures, okay? The second important thing coming up is our Outreach Saturday. So let me explain. We're starting a new format of outreach so we can become better stewards of reflecting the Great Commission, which obviously the Lord has commanded us to do. So here's what that looks like. The first Saturday of every month, we're going to meet right here at 10:30 a.m. to engage our community for Christ in various ways. I set the time 10:30 because you need your beauty sleep on Saturday. In all seriousness, you deserve a day off, and it reflects a biblical pattern of giving you a day of rest. And so that's why we shoot at 10:30, allows you still to sleep in. So our plan for this Saturday is to pass out invites for our Friend Day that's coming up November, how about I turn that the right way? November 6th. And so get a good look at that. Does that focus right there? Yep, there it goes. Okay, November 6th. And so what you'll do is you'll show up here at 10 a.m. on Saturday. You'll grab a map that'll tell you which community you'll go to. You'll grab a packet of tracts. And after a short time of fellowship and enjoying some food, we'll head out and engage our community. Each map will have about 50 houses on it, and we partner people up in teams of 2 at least, so it won't take you more than 45 minutes, maybe even less, more like 30 minutes, and so it won't take much of your time at all. And I want you to understand that doing this kind of outreach, the reason we do it is because it helps us personally be involved, personally engaged in inviting our community to God and to know God. Because that's what Jesus did. There was a personal involvement. We're not against using media, but that shouldn't be the exclusive way we reach out. And so this gives us an opportunity to engage on a personal level. We're going to have coffee available for the first, if you show up, you can enjoy some coffee. I like donuts, okay? So we're going to have donuts. And I'm going to work it off anyway because I'm going to go and walk. And so we'll enjoy some good food and some fellowship a little bit before we head out and engage our community. Now, if you've never done anything like this before, I know it can be scary. I get it. But listen, don't worry. We're going to make sure if you've never done it before, we want you to come anyway, because we'll partner you with someone who's done this before, who's familiar with it. And that way you're going to labor with a veteran, so to speak. You'll find encouragement that way. And so there's nothing to worry about. The only thing that you'll have to worry about is being overly blessed by the Lord, which obviously is nothing to worry about. Okay, now, one more thing before I move on to the third. I would ask you to please, as it relates to being involved in our Outreach Saturdays, I'm going to ask you to make a faith-based decision, not a convenience-based decision, not a comfort-based decision. Our outreach program, what that will do is, it helps us to reflect the heart of Christ, to carry out the command of Christ in a specific way, all right? So I trust that you'll give that some faith-based thought. The third thing and the final thing, we're going to start a series on Sunday nights that will teach you how to present the gospel in a personal one-on-one way with your neighbor or whoever God would bring your way. The study will show you how to give the gospel really in a one-on-one Bible study format, and you can do that either in your home, you can do that in the home of the person that the Lord would bring into your way, and you find out they don't have a testimony of salvation or unsure about forgiveness, and you say, hey, I've got a study that I like to take people through, and it's a 4-part study. I'd love to be able to take you through that. So it's designed for something like that. You can do it at your home, you can do it at their home, you can do it at a coffee shop, you can do it in the park, wherever is convenient. And what this does is it takes someone who would never step foot in church, or the likelihood of them stepping foot in church is small, and it takes that kind of person and it engages them in a gospel in a way that they would consider with a lot more likelihood than ever going to church. And so think about that. We need to do a better job as a church in engaging the gospel and engaging people with the gospel. I mean, our world is crazy, isn't it? It's wicked. And that's no reason to become less adamant about sharing the gospel. We should be more adamant about sharing the gospel. And this will help us do that in an effective way that captures the attention and heart of Christ, okay? If you have any questions, feel free to text me, feel free to call me. Otherwise, I'll look forward to seeing you this Saturday at 10 o'clock. God bless you, church.